bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
And welcome back to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Larry Hite, who is a candidate for the City Council in the City of Tracy. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Let me ask you the question I ask all of the candidates. In this day and age, when being a city council person is really rough, given all the budget constraints, why are you running, and what do you bring to the table?
Well, this is something I've planned to do for many years. Actually, it's something that goes back to when I was in my late teens. I've always wanted to be involved in city government and to participate in the process and to help make a difference. I'm a business owner in Tracy. I have been for about 8 years now, and I feel that I bring some experience to the table. I've been heavily involved in volunteer activities in Tracy and basically trying to help the community through my business and volunteer efforts. Mm-hmm. And I think this is just another stepping stone toward helping the community and getting things accomplished that I would like to see and my neighbors would like to see.
In the last, I know in the last budget in the City of Tracy, there were a number of layoffs. There have been furloughs. There have been all sorts of problems that most cities have these days during the recession. What would be your budget approach? Cutting versus taxes, for example, or how would you approach the budget? Well,
as we all know, there's two ways of making money or generating money for a city, and that is the same way with our own personal finances. You either stop spending money, or you cut back on your spending, or you generate more income. Mm-hmm. And I think in our case, we need to do a little of both. We have Measure E that's coming up on the ballot on November 2nd, and that is a half-cent tax increase for the City of Tracy, which actually puts us more in line with the surrounding cities around us at 9.25%. Mm-hmm. And then we also we're going to have to do some cutting back as far as our spending. And I don't mean by necessarily eliminating jobs, but some of the things that I see where we could save some money is the overuse of paid consultants within the city. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of city officials that have been hired based on their education, based on their experience, and I think that we're not pulling from that enough. I think that we tend to default to paid consultants to do the work that many of our city officials were hired for. Mm-hmm. and are being paid for now. So I think that's one area where we can save money and probably save a lot of money, but I also think that the half-cent tax increase is going to be important as well.
Where would that money go?
It will go to making up the budget deficit that we have in the city right now, which is fairly large.
I mean, it would go to maintaining your police staffing?
Yes.
Fire staffing, for example?
Exactly. Fire staffing, police staffing, our public works, making sure that the weeds are cut down in the city, making sure that all of the properties are maintained that are city-owned. All the things that I consider to be essential services in the city.
Okay. The City Council, I know, has taken some steps in trying to improve economic development in terms of incentives to businesses to come in the West Valley Mall, I understand, and elsewhere. Do you think the City Council has done enough? Does more have to be done?
Oh, I think there's a lot more that has to be done. I believe there's an entire cultural change that has to take effect in Tracy. For many years, businesses were afraid to come to Tracy, or developers were afraid to come to Tracy to build businesses because of the permit process, because of the red tape that they've had to endure in order to get a business built or get a building built to put a business in. I think that the process has been streamlined a little more in the last few years. They've done a better job about changing the culture within the city, but it needs to change even more. We need to, the city needs to take more risk as far as having shovel-ready, dirt-ready for developers when they want to come in, and businesses want to come in to put a business in there. Tax incentives are great, but having shovel-ready dirt so that they can start building right now and get their plans approved right now, I think is probably what's most important.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we're out of time. I know there are a number of other issues regarding also a new animal shelter that you're very concerned about and interested in, but we are out of time. But Larry Hite, thanks for coming by, talking about your candidacy and about the City of Tracy. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me.
And best of luck in November.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thanks to our viewers for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We'll see you next time.